Silence! It's time! It's time! It's
time for another episode of the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Sit back and back and back and grab a six-pack, sit back and back and back and grab a six-pack, sit back and back and back and grab a six-pack, sit back and back and back and grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast.
Okay, well anyway, hello everybody. This is episode 45 of the Drunk Dash Nerds. I am your host, the Jack of Hearts, and let me just say, before we get started here, I kind of did a little bit of, a little bit of a big purchase yesterday. Well, a couple of my co-hosts and stuff already know this though, but I actually invested inside of a 3DS XL yesterday.
Think about all the porn you could have gotten with that.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Think about how many credit cards you could have used for that.
So I've had a chance to try out this 3DS like XL and stuff, and well, it's actually pretty damn good. I mean, the color clarity on the larger screens are pretty good. I mean, let's see, the NES games that I had on the thing, they actually play pretty damn well, and I can actually see them, because that was the big complaint of the regular 3DS that I had. You know, because of how small the screen was, and because of how the screen was actually formatted, because it was like, it wasn't full screen, like you would think. It was actually like the thing with the two black borders and stuff like that on the side.
Uh-huh.
So all you get is this compressed image, like on the middle of the screen and stuff, and everything else was just like smaller as a result. So it's kind of relaxing and pretty good, just in order to play like what I was saying though, the Game Boy Advance games that I have on it, the NES and stuff. But anyway, enough about my 3DS escapades and stuff here. Let's get on to our other co-hosts and stuff. Co-hosts, same thing. So, Gingerboy, how you doing, man?
I wasn't ready yet. Hey,
Man,
there
you
we
have
go.
bad timing with that shit.
Yeah, he does.
I blame Jack.
Yeah.
I'm double fisting now with my beers because I already opened a beer before the show started.
I hate you so much.
And now I got another beer.
I'm too broke to have beer, too broke for alcohol, and he's double fisting. That's.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the deliciousness of the 7-Up beer. No, I am drinking a Samuel Adams Porch Rocker. It tastes like Sprite, with alcohol in it.
That sounds nice.
Delicious.
So basically a vodka tonic.
Yeah, just hold the vodka.
Why am I just envisioning like a hobo or something just drinking that right at the moment?
It's not hobo whiskey.
I know, it's not.
That's
hobo
Fireball.
whiskey.
There's no cinnamon in this at all.
That would
Well,
be terrible, I bet.
I can just see
Yeah,
somebody
we
just
will.
barely affording, like going inside of a store like Safeway or a liquor store. It's like, okay, where am I?
Give
gonna
me
go?
a 40.
Yeah, give me a 40. Then I'm just gonna take the 7-Up that I found in the can. Yep.
I just imagine
together.
me chugging up 40 of Fireball whiskey.
Oh, God.
Still have nightmares about that.
He'd be throwing up fire all night.
Dude, I'm about to throw up just thinking about that shit. Change topic, please.
Okay. Well, anyway, Gingerboy, it's like
You ever think, what if they ever had a prune flavored beer?
prune
that
flavored
would
beer.
probably make you shit.
That'd be awesome.
Well, what you could do as a substitute, you just get some Dr. Pepper, and then there you go. Because one of the main
Hey,
secret
we
ingredients
do
of
not
Dr.
talk bad
Pepper
about
was
the greatness of
prunes.
Dr. Pepper.
Like prune juice.
I love Dr. Pepper. I wish I drank pop.
Well, anyway, Knuckles, how you doing?
Besides trying not to throw up, I'm doing pretty good. I finished my last paper for my composition semester.
Sweet.
And I just have to wait until my final exam is done, and hopefully I can finish the semester with all my core classes finished, and I can concentrate on my media shit.
Awesome.
Haven't really
That's
had time much to game, but what I have been playing, Pokemon.
On your Minecraft.
Oh, Minecraft, yes. It's a 3D Pokemon adventure.
Fucking nerds.
I love it. I love that he, like...
Alright, real quick, I want to sell this once and for all. How the fuck are you gonna call us fucking nerds when you're a part-time host on a podcast named Drunk Nerds?
I know, right?
I'm like a part-time host.
You're a
And here he was
part-time
giving me
host,
shit
full-time
last week for being
editor.
a nerd.
Editor. I think you just live up to the drunk
just-
part of it.
Yeah, I show up for the drunk
Go
part.
back to play
You're
Madden.
the nerd. What?
Go back to play Madden.
I can do that. I'm fine with that. It's good times. No, I'm kind of done with the game now. Aaron Rodgers retired in my franchise, so
Dude,
I don't care
That's how
anymore. I'm like 8 seasons in.
that's kind of funny you say that, Gingerboy, because that's kind of how the same way I feel about WWE 2K14, barring like anybody who wants to play any more like online matches with me, but
Yeah.
Hey, just set up the time and I'll be there. I'll
Yeah,
be
I
ready
know.
there to kick your candy ass.
Or as he likes, that's his way of saying lose, actually.
yeah,
No,
let's
this
go-
time I'll beat his ass because I know how to fucking make him quit.
Yeah, let's do another I Quit match, Knuckles. That's going to be fantastic.
I imagine Knuckles uses like cheap tricks to win.
No, I use the moves I used when I wrestled or modified versions of them.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Suplex, rest holds, and ankle lock.
Pretty much, actually. The ankle lock is on there.
I find it funny how he just guesses like the moves like exactly just off the top of his head. It's like, okay, what's the basic type
Modified
of wrestling
versions
moves
of
I know?
Fisherman suplex, Sherman suplex, and belly to back suplex.
Now you should see the finisher that I have that I created. Like, and it's I think it's like a triple fisherman suplex, and it goes into like a forward driver. I call it the go home driver.
Nice.
The go home driver.
Very nice.
Well, anyway, let's get into what we've been playing. So, let's see. Who haven't I chosen for a while first? Well, Knuckles, what have you... Well, actually, you've been playing Minecraft
It's,
a lot,
it's
huh?
not a very hard choice
Yeah,
here.
it's
Who have
like,
you chosen up
who?
first?
Hmm.
It's always me you go to first.
No, it's always me you actually go first for video games.
I know, right? Because every time I go to Gingerboy, he's like, "Oh, hey, oh, thank you for hyping me up so much for nothing."
Yeah. Don't do it again this week, 'cause I have nothing.
So basically,
Well-
that's all you've been. That's pretty much what you've been playing, Knuckles. Like just a lot
I
of.
did hop on. Yeah, besides my Pokemon Minecraft thing, I've been playing
Addiction.
which I tried to get everyone to play since it's a free game after you bought in Minecraft.
Yeah.
After you pay $20, it's free.
Once you spent like it's a worth the $20 purchase, especially if you're a fan of Legos. But the Pokemon mod is free and it's fucking worth it. But
Right.
Yeah, Knuckles. So you should pick up MLB The Show next month. After you spend $65, it's free.
yeah, after I spend $65 for a game I won't play once. Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Just send it to me.
God, thanks for throwing me off.
That's what I'm here for.
But yeah, after we recorded last Thursday, did we record last Thursday or last Wednesday?
I think it was last
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. But Thursday after I got out of school, I was like, you know what? I feel like playing Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
And I just dove straight back into that for a fucking all-nighter. And God, I love that game. Cannot wait for the pre-sequel.
Well, that's
And
awesome,
I will
though.
kill any one of my friends that picked Claptrap as a fucking party member.
Why?
You have to,
What's so
I
bad
fucking
about
hate-
Claptrap?
He's not gonna kill me.
I fucking hate Claptrap. Like, he's okay in small
But
doses.
he does the robot.
He's okay in like, okay, that's cute. And 5 hours later, that's fucking annoying. And
Just don't understand.
but it's funny. I can't wait for like I said, I can't wait for the pre-sequel. Like, kind of want to go back after the re-record and play Borderlands 2, finish it off. But
Oh wow, so you're actually like very
God.
far inside of it, huh?
yeah, if you've beaten the game, I'm sorry, neither of you have.
No.
I just got back to the Badlands where Firestone is,
Uh-huh.
and I'm partially away from the finish. I can probably finish it up tonight if I wanted to.
Oh, cool.
And my character's maxed out without DLC, so it's kind of sucky
cool.
that I don't have I can't spend any money because I'm broke to get the reach level 72.
Oh, so that means if someone were to go online with you and stuff, they probably would get a major level boost, wouldn't they?
Well, no, actually, I'm playing on my first playthrough, so
okay.
I can go through the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, just if you play with me on a low level, you level up just as much as you would if you're playing your own campaign.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe a little faster since I'm near the end and all the people are higher levels. But you probably get to like level 10 in 15 minutes and it's like there for probably about 20.
Oh, that does sound kind of tempting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Well, this is for the 360, it's not for the PS3.
Okay, so it's not for the PS3.
Yeah, my PS3 character is pretty fucking low level.
Yeah, I know. I was haven't really picked up Borderlands 2 since we last played together, really. Before, like, all the other games I got, like, sucked into. So it's going to be a little bit of a run through once I try to get back to it, maybe later tonight or so.
Gingerboy, I didn't really have your real impressions of it when the game first launched, but did you kind of like Borderlands 2?
Yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed the Borderlands games. I beat the first one. It took me I finished it like 2 years later. I don't know. I enjoyed the games, but I find myself after 20, 25 hours into the game, I kind of got bored of it. And
well, did you did it mostly?
Never finished the second one.
Did you just did it mostly by yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I played it online a handful of times, but I never had like
the full party.
Was able to get into like a big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never had that experience of jumping.
I kind of wish
party.
that I did though.
I did. Yeah, like when I bought Borderlands, I remember like I got it, and my friends list at this time, it was before I even joined like any communities. I didn't really have a lot of friends on my friends list, or really like one other person bought it on my friends list. So
it was you, one other person playing Borderlands, and the rest were playing Call of Duty and Netflix.
No, really, it was just I played almost, I think maybe all but like a couple hours by myself. It just so I got bored of it after a while because that one there's really no story to it, and you just kind of walk around a wasteland. Then Borderlands 2, there's a pretty good story and it's pretty funny. I like the characters in the game, but
previous characters and the current characters are pretty drawn out.
Yeah, there's one actually. Yeah, there's actually like some. Then you got like you got like Handsome Jack talking to you and characters talking to you throughout the game to kind of keep you going through it. But I don't know. After probably about 20 hours into it, I was just kind of like, all right, yeah. Like, I'm kind of done with it. I mean, I imagine eventually I wouldn't be surprised if I go out back and pick it up and play it again like I did Borderlands 2. I played it 2 years later and finished it. So I'll probably do that again with Borderlands 2. But I honestly don't think I'll pick up the pre-sequel.
Really? Even if it is a discount price like it's rumored?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the Borderlands games, but it's just like, I never like was one of those people that was like hooked on it that had 4 level 50 characters and spent hundreds of hours into it.
I love RPGs, and at the time I loved shooters. So when they mixed, like that was like crack cocaine for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really had that kind of game. Like, whereas I wish I was like that. Like people out there with like Dark Souls and like the Borderlands, where like they'll sit there and just, or like even Call of Duties, where like just they find that one game they really really like, and they just
for you. I know what game that is for you. You just won't admit it. Those are the those are the football games for you.
That's true.
Yeah, like sports games really are for that for me. But I mean, I want a game like that where I can play with a bunch of friends, or I mean, really like. But a lot of friends I have like that. That's like, well, they find like that like they'll only buy 2 or 3 games a year, and like it's usually I wish I was like that. It'd be a lot easier on the pocketbook. Is
your pocketbook wallet pretty in pink?
It is very pretty in pink, but it's actually a purse. It doesn't go in the pocket. It's just
the wallet's a purse.
No, yeah. I always wish I was like that though. Like I have a lot of friends that just play like 3 games a year, and that's it. And I'm like, I wish I can be like that. because I would save literally $1,000 a year on gaming if that was the case.
You need to just see like what I do, and I know it's kind of shitty, but I judge the games by the cover art.
What? What?
I do. I don't. I look at the cover art and I look at the back, and if I look at the cover art and I find it interesting, that makes me flip it over to the back.
Dude, that's like something that I used to do when I was a kid and stuff, and going to the store to look up Super Nintendo games. And
Yeah,
64
it's
things.
it's
the same thing.
yeah, it's a leftover from my childhood. I'll admit that. But there are some games that I'll like impulse purchase, like Dragon Age Inquisition's coming out later this year.
Yeah.
Like I said with RPG games, those are the type of games that I get into like instantly. Even though
I'm
go ahead.
I'm kind of the guy that like I can't stick with one game for very long. Like it's just like after a week or two, it's kind of old news. I'm on to the next game.
Yeah, I know.
I think you have a problem.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of my problem. I have a problem. I don't know what that problem is.
We need to take you to
but
rehab.
I can't stick with. And I said no.
Then you wind up dead over a video game abuse in 3 years.
Yeah, I died of a video game overdose.
Yeah, that's kind of like me though. I very rarely like stick with like a one game for a long duration of time, unless.
Oh come on, that's a lie.
Unless,
That
like
is
I
a
was just
lie.
saying, I was just gonna finish something. Unless it's something that I'm really invested into, because I've been doing the exact same
Pokemon.
thing for Pokemon Y and for WWE 2K14. As a matter of fact, I've spent most of this month playing both of those games.
See, Pokemon and the wrestling games are games you go back to.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they're not games that you play for a long period of time. Those are games like, okay, I'm bored, don't have any games I'd beat already, and I guess I'll go back to Pokemon or wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened.
Well, it's like Madden's almost like an RPG to me, where it's just like I enjoy the video game, actually playing the game part, but most of the fun for me is like
Building the team
going through the-
and everything, then
building the
playing
team
Super
up,
Bowl.
doing the. Really, no. It's just like the free agency part, just re-signing players, like looking 3 years down the line.
GM
like, okay,
mode,
can I afford
basically.
this guy? Yeah, basically. Like I was really excited for like they made like the NFL head coach mode, where like or the NFL head coach games, or like it was like a GM thing where like you basically you took over a team, you did everything in that
Except for play the game.
Play the game itself. Yeah, like, it was a very deep mode of that. It's actually I really enjoyed the game. It's just the actual game part when you call the plays, the characters are pretty stupid, so that was pretty angering. But no, that's mainly why I go back to the game. It's kind of like people have SimCity and Civilization. You know, I like to build my teams.
Well, you know, and speaking of games you've been playing and stuff, Gingerboy, so basically, what games have you been playing this week?
I don't really want to talk about it too much. I picked up Trials Fusion on PS4. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting to the part though now where I'm on like the hard tracks.
The gold or platinum levels.
No, I think it's hard and extreme.
Yeah,
is, like,
hard and expert or whatever it was. It's
and
been a while.
I think Master is the last one, but then so I'm on the extreme levels now, and it's just at this point it's just getting ridiculously difficult.
Where you have to make sure you hit it by that pixel, or you won't make it.
Yeah, you spend 15, 20 minutes. Like the other ones, you can at least make it through it. Like on the hard mode, you can at least eventually make it through it. Like, but you won't have like the best time, but you'll get through it. This one, it's just like I'm on extreme now, and it's just like I don't know how the hell I'm even supposed to get through like the first jump on the track. There's still another 40, 50 seconds to go in that. I'm 10 seconds in, I can't get past it. But I'm enjoying it. The fun part, I mean, it just kind of sucks. I miss my my Xbox Live friends list, because I remember with the last two, HD, and I'm forgetting the name of the second one, but I had 10, 15 friends on there that have played the games, so it's kind of fun racing their Ghost, trying to beat their times and everything like that. And this one I have, I think 4 or 5 people on my friends list that are playing it, and it's like, and some of them I beat most of them, and it's just like, I don't know, that's kind of the draw for me, is to go back through all the levels and beat them. It's just like after a while, it's just, I don't think I'm gonna get through the extreme ones. I never beat the second one, just because it got so hard. I barely beat the first one. I think the only reason I beat the first was actually because a bunch of friends and I got drunk and played that game for like 6 hours straight and finally beat the game.
Well, that's one way to do it.
But yeah, that worked out. Alcohol and just a bunch of guys sitting around the room.
Wait,
That's a fun game for that.
Do you get drunk and buy video games?
No, actually, I don't.
Okay.
I'm actually. I buy a lot. I spend a lot of money on video games, but for the most part, I plan them out far in advance. Like I've talked about,
like
I
you did with your tax returns, you just bought every.
That was the first year I've done this. Yeah, this is the first year I've done this, but I'm already like trying to plan ahead for I look at. I have a weird OCD thing where I plan my money out like weeks in advance.
I wish I can do that.
It's like I know I'm going on vacation. I'm going to save up money for a couple months so I can at least have some money to go out and do stuff when I'm on vacation. I'm already looking at trying to put some money together for freaking when the Smash Brothers comes out on 3DS. Right. I'm already thinking about Madden's coming out in August. Then you get then other games coming out October, November. I'm already thinking about that stuff far down the road.
So. See, those games are impulse buys, but by impulse buy I mean get up to the game case ready to buy them, and then think, nah, fuck it.
I mean, yeah, I do impulse buys. Like I picked up, Towerfall Extension was kind of a impulse buy.
You need to stop buying cheap games, because if you had a computer that could run Steam well, you'd probably be in deep trouble.
Probably.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of why I avoid Steam. That's like I've talked about before, where I stopped paying attention to Steam sales because of that. But it wasn't. I mean, I didn't buy it because it was cheap. I mean, that was part of it. Yeah, but it was a game that I was legitimately interested in. I watched videos on it, and I was really I wanted to play it. It wasn't. I don't just go out. I mean, the Bravely Default was an impulse buy, and I kind of regret it, but not. I mean, I got 20 hours into it.
You got at least enjoyment out of it, though, right?
I got a lot of fun and enjoyment out of it, So, but yeah, I mean, I do impulse buys, but I like Trials Fusion wasn't really an impulse buy. I planned on buying it weeks in advance. I bought $40 in PlayStation cards to buy it 3 weeks before it came out. I just spent the rest of the other $20 I had on Steam World Dig and Towerfall Ascension. So I'm not really an impulse buyer. I'm financially, I think I'm pretty a smart guy when it comes to my money. Sometimes it doesn't pan out in my favor for buying video games. But speaking of SteamWorld Dig, Jack.
Well, okay, let's go and get into what I've been playing pretty much. And the only new thing I've been playing has been SteamWorld Dig on my 3DS. And I'll say this, from playing a little bits of it from today, I am really starting to enjoy this. I mean, it just starts off kind of like a slow burn. You go into a cavern, you investigate like where your uncle has been and stuff. You discover his corpse. Borrow his pickaxe, and all of a sudden you're just starting to like mine for like all sorts of various minerals and like metals. It's like one of those type of games where it's kind of Metroid-ish, Super Metroid type of thing. You can't progress further unless you upgrade your inventory. But it's also kind of like a Diablo type of feel because you're collecting stuff. You're doing like sort of like a mini type of quests and stuff like that. Then once you complete them, you gain XP, and then you do this and that and stuff. You go to like things to buy like specific type of inventory, kind of like say like in Spelunky and stuff, where you can buy ladders, lanterns, all sorts of various like other extra accessories that you might need. But what I really like about it is it's just really simple to just like it's just really simple to play. I can just go and I can platform. I can just do wall jumps and stuff just to get out of certain like spots where I think I've been trapped or something. Because it's very easy to like just dig around and stuff, get yourself like trapped, or maybe have like a rock fall on you accidentally.
Yeah.
And that's a bad part. That's a bad part too, because if you do that nonchalantly without thinking, it's like you lose a lot of the loot that you just went through and got.
And a lot of time, because the game auto saves, but it only auto saves when you go back up to the surface. True. So you spend 15-20 minutes down digging all these, like, do the pickaxe and stuff like that and finding all these tunnels. Like, if you die, you lose all that money, plus half the money you've already made, because you have to spend half to revive, and then you gotta go back and redo all that.
Well, I've been fortunate enough to actually, like, avoid a lot of stupid mistakes and stuff like that I probably would have made if I...
Oh, okay. That wasn't me.
So, I haven't even died once. Like I said before, I'm like an hour and 10 minutes into it, and I've already got my steel axe, I've already got, like, a lot of the various, like, other little stuff with it, so I'm able to go through like maybe 4 or 5 levels down and just like go through blocks just like that, because That's the thing about this game. Once you upgrade your pickaxe and all your various inventories, you can actually like dig through environments like the ground, the dirt quicker. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
I know, like, the beginning part about it, it just does a good job of making you feel kind of like, oh, okay, you're like basic, bare and essential stuff. Okay, you're taking like about 5 or 6 hits in like in certain aspects of the dirt. But all of a sudden you upgrade your axe and you can only do it maybe like 3 or 4 times. And so,
Yeah.
it's that type of progression that just really feels rewarding, but at the same time and stuff, it's like, it's not, it doesn't take that long, it actually just to feel kind of stronger. So, I'm just kind of questioning and stuff. It's like, it's probably not going to be all too long of a game, I'm getting the feeling of right now, especially because it's like just doing all these reward stuff just very quickly, like one after another. But
Yeah.
what I can say is I'm enjoying my time with it. I love the artwork of it. I love the way it sounds. The music's pretty good. It's very atmospheric, I think. I love the gameplay. I'm just ready to dig back into it once I get, once I have some more time and stuff to do that. But, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing, though. SteamWorld Dig. Pretty awesome. It was about $9 on the eShop, so anybody that has a 3DS, just go ahead and invest in it. It's pretty good.
Or PS4.
Or PS4 for 10
$10
or
on PS4.
whatever, just PS4 or Vita, just buy it, play it. It's good.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I would say as like a tip.
Yeah.
First thing you want to do is you want to build up. You want to upgrade your pickaxe and your items. But after that, the next thing you want to do is get the bigger wallet.
Yeah, definitely.
So that way you don't have to constantly every 5 minutes have to go back to the surface to put your money back in the bank.
That, from what I've just heard, that could be a bad thing. You want to go back to the surface as much as you can so the game auto-saves.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that, and because if you all the money you picked up while you're digging, if you die, you lose it all.
Yeah.
Plus half the money you had in the bank.
So, yeah, obviously you would
Yes.
invest maybe like in a bigger wallet or like a bigger inventory slot, like just those type of pouches,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see.
Yeah, there's a trophy for beating the game under 2.5 hours. So
Oh, boy.
I imagine the game's probably only 4 hours at the most. I think I'm like probably an hour and 45 minutes into the game, 2 hours maybe, and I'm pretty far down. I don't know how much longer I have to go, but it's getting pretty crazy at this point. So
Oh, man.
I need to go back to that. I haven't played it this week.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. I'm so glad I didn't buy it on the PSN or stuff because I probably would be still OCD about the trophy stuff. Well, let's see. On our agenda right here, yesterday marked the 25th anniversary of the Game Boy, and, I must say, it's like, for those of us who actually were back in the day playing the Game Boy, I mean, man, I just can't believe that it's been that long, since it's been out. I mean, personally, I'm 26. I didn't get a Game Boy up until I was about 4 years old, right? And so one of the first Game Boy games I actually had a chance to play was Super Mario Land, followed quickly by Tetris. So, what about you guys?
I was actually kind of I actually had Super Mario Land and I think what was it, WWF Survivor Series or something like that.
Survivor Series?
I think it was Survivor Series. I
It
can't remember what
must
the
have been
exact
like
name of it was,
Warzone
but
or
it was a
something
wrestling
like
game.
that. Because I had something like that too.
I remember I had Ultimate Wario. Ultimate
Wario.
Oh my god, that's such a good idea.
I want to create that character now for SmackDown vs.
What's that
Raw.
game though?
I want to do that now. I want to
There's
create that
got to be
character.
some sort of art now.
Wario.
Wario.
That needs to be a new Smash Bros. Character. I want Wario and
Wario, just
Warrior
like teamed
paint.
with Ultimate Warrior. Oh my god.
No,
No,
Ultimate
had-
Wario teaming up with Ultimate fucking Waluigi.
Can you tell I'm
A
drunk?
little bit. Anyway, continue on.
But Super Mario Land. But yeah, then the game had Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, and Hulk Hogan on the front of it. I think it was
It
Survivor
must have been
Series.
Survivor Series.
It was one of those weird. It was a lot of fun. That game was a good game. I never could figure out how to pin somebody, so I had to always win by submission.
You want to know what's
Remember that?
kind of funny though? I had like a wrestling game for a long time for the original Game Boy. I think it was Warzone for me, and the only reason why I was able to like do a lot of the moves is because I had a Nintendo Power at the time that told all the little all the arcade type of moves. Okay, this is how you do the Mandible Claw as Mankind, or this is how you do the Stone Cold Stunner. All this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because no, this is like predating like Stone Cold and everything. This is
I
like
know.
early '90s.
Yeah, this is before this. That was before.
Oh, I know.
Fucking.
I know.
Let's
That's-
see.
Man, that's a while ago.
Andre the Giant was big at the time. No pun intended.
No, those. Oh man, that was. I remember having that. I remember Super Mario Land. It only had like 6 levels, and I remember I don't know how many times I played through that damn game. And then what was it? Super Mario Land? Was it Super Mario Land 2?
Yeah, Super Mario Land
The
2.
6 coins?
That was a good one.
Oh my god, that was. I still remember the boss. We had to fight the 3 pigs.
It was like some
oh,
sort of
such a
fucking fairy
fantastic
tales
game.
thing. I mean, you had a witch, you had the three little pigs and stuff like that. Oh my god.
Mhm. And then
This
what was it? They had the Donkey Kong Country on there.
the Donkey Kong
Or it was a
Land
Donkey
series.
Kong
You know,
something.
they had. It was like a
Donkey
spin-off.
Kong Land. Yep. There's the yellow
I know,
cartridge.
that was so cool. You know, because all the individual like games that were like big back then. I mean, some of them had their own different colored cartridges, which you can't even do today. You know.
Yeah, like
like the
Like
Pokemon,
Pokemon.
and
yeah.
Donkey Kong, and there was another one that was red.
Oh my gosh. I don't think it was R-Type. I think it was something else.
I don't know the other red one.
I don't know. I mean,
Remember, the only red one I can think of was
same
Pokemon
here.
Red.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't
I think
remember.
I remember Pokemon was towards the tail end of the
yeah,
Game
it
Boy
was.
though.
It was.
Because I remember I got the Game Boy Color like. I think I got the Game Boy Color with Pokemon Yellow.
The thing about the
Actually.
Pokemon, Game Boy Color and the
Yeah.
Pokemon games is that the game itself would be the
Yep.
color of the game. It's like, so if it was Pokemon Red, the entire
Yeah,
world
that's,
was
that's
red.
right.
Yeah.
If it was blue, the entire
with
world
yellow,
was
it'd
blue.
be
If it was
almost
yellow,
yellow.
the town was the color of the town.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The color was
I remember
the
back
color
in the
of the
day,
town.
like when I had Pokemon Yellow, I would go to the playground. I think one of my friends actually was able to hack like into, or was it me actually? Able to use a Game Shark to hack into like the Pokemon Stadium thing where you actually have a surfing Pikachu. and so
Yeah, I
you get to
remember
play
that.
this little mini game like off the shore of like I think it was like Fuchsia City or something like that. And you basically could play this like mini game with Pikachu and stuff, where you could do like all sorts of various like barrel rolls and like backflips, front flips, and stuff as Pikachu. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember. Oh shit, what was it? I remember when I got the game. You know, because I'm only 25. I'm just shy of 25. So the Game Boy came out
Yeah.
a few weeks before I was born, actually. And I remember I was like probably 93 or 94. So I was
Yeah.
only 4 or 5 years old. I had been saving up money forever, you know, to get a Game Boy because it wasn't
Right.
very expensive at this point. And I remember my mom like gave me like an ultimatum, like you can either get the Mortal Kombat. Remember like those old like games you can get for like $10-15 at like the grocery store that just had
Right.
one game on it. Like I remember they had a Mortal Kombat one on it, and like, it was basically like a cheap Mortal Kombat. It was Mortal Kombat, but it
yeah,
was
those
it didn't have all
Tiger
the characters and
Electronic
stuff on it.
Man, it's just ugh.
Yeah, so my mom was like, well, if you wait 2 more weeks, you can get a Game Boy, but you can get the Mortal Kombat game now. I'm like, so obviously at 4, you do got the Mortal Kombat game now, and I remember buying it, and it broke after like a week.
Wow.
And so I was pretty bummed about it. My parents actually went out and bought me, the Game Boy with Super Mario Land and then the
That is
WWF
awesome.
game I was talking about. But yeah. Oh man, I've always been mainly growing up as a kid. I was always the handheld gamer. Like I had the Game Boy Advance before the GameCube. I had the Game Boy Color for the 64. I had the Game Boy
Same
before
here.
the Super
Me as
Nintendo.
well, because I didn't really had like my parents didn't really have like a lot of cash or something to invest inside the big consoles. I mean, sometimes they would maybe for Christmas or maybe for like my birthday. I mean, I remember clearly back in
Yeah.
'98.
Yeah, I remember Christmas. That was the time
Yeah,
for the big
for
consoles.
me it was like my birthday back in 1998. I got like 97, 98. I'm not too sure now which year, but I got the N64. It was at our local Kmart, and came with Super Mario 64. And oh my gosh, it's like that was so awesome. That time was so awesome because like Mario's in full 3D. It's like my brothers and I are taking turns playing, like just controlling Mario, and we're making them crash into walls and doing all sorts of various like wall jumps and stuff.
Man, 64, man. I remember one of the first games we got for it was Star Fox when we got it, and I love that game. And then we had Mario 64, and then probably, somewhat jokingly, but I
man.
mean at the same time, I love Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap would probably be in my top 10 favorite games of all time.
Yeah, but anyway,
God, that was such a great
Game
game.
Boy here for like a minute or so. I mean, I remember playing like plenty of games on there, like Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Dream Land 2, the Mario Land games, besides like Wario Land stuff, because I didn't really have a chance to do that back then. But the Donkey Kong Land games were very big. Let's see, Tetris, and obviously it's like one of the first games that really propelled me into playing RPGs, Pokemon Red and Blue. Oh my gosh, just that whole time frame. It was such a big deal because Nintendo Power was advertising it, and all of a sudden you have an anime that was like on the U.S. like things like it was on UPN where I was, UPN 11. That was the station where I could watch it, like about 4 something like during like the day, until it got removed and like got placed into WB.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
I actually got to see it before it came onto Kids WB back in that time.
We've never had UPN where I live. It was always WB. Now it's CW, but
Yeah.
there's always
Thanks
WB as a kid.
CBS buying.
Yeah, I remember
that
also
channel.
playing some crappy games of the Game Boy as well. I mean, there was this one game that my older brothers had that they kind of held like, hand down and stuff. It was Home Alone for like the Game Boy. Oh my god!
Oh God!
I remember playing that for
I'll
the
tell you
Super
what,
Nintendo.
What was it? I had
the Game
I had
Boy one
Oh, okay.
is a little bit better than the Super Nintendo one in certain aspects, but I could not play
Really?
this game really for any duration of time because I would get so frustrated because okay, I gotta do these platforming things. Oh, okay, I gotta defeat these spiders. Oh, okay, I gotta do this and do that. And oh, Jesus Christ, I don't like this.
I remember I had Lion King and Toy Story for the Game Boy.
Dude, Lion King was as hard as fuck.
I never could beat the second level. I always got to the second level and died.
You fought the hyena, die.
God, it was cool on Super Nintendo. I liked it on there.
One
Game
of
Boy,
my best accomplishments for the Super Nintendo was beating Aladdin.
I never played. I don't think I ever played Aladdin.
Dude, you got to the part where you had to outrun that fucking lava wave, and God, that bitch was hard of a time, of course.
Oh man!
But oh, this is ridiculous. You had to beat Jafar. You had to beat Genie Jafar.
And this is back like the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis type of days, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Game Boy games that I played were, since I'm younger than both of y'all, I'm 20. I'll be 23 in July. I got the Game Boy closer to the end of
He's
this.
a wee baby.
It's a wee baby.
Fuck.
Oh god. Anyway.
Hey, think about who you're recording the
know.
podcast. Who made
I
this
know, it's
podcast
funny.
possible? It's the wee baby that made the podcast. But yeah, I got the Game Boy closer to the end of its life cycle, and I remember I got it handed down from my older sister, and of course the screen was broken.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so yeah, of course the screen was broken and everything, so you had to the screen started to mess up a little. And first game playing on it was I think it was Donkey Kong, not Donkey Kong Country,
Land.
but you're playing as Jumpman.
Huh? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you were playing
right.
as Jumpman. I think you had to
I
save.
completely forgot about that game.
Was it Princess
Yeah, actually it
Toadstool?
was Pauline, because this is like a sequel to like the original Donkey Kong for like arcade. Only they did like the Game Boy type of spin-off back in '94 where they had the puzzles and all the other stuff. That was pretty fun.
But I remember that airplane level where for some reason Mario and Donkey Kong Mario now were on a cargo jet. We're on a cargo plane. It's like, okay, so why are they on an AC-130? It's like, that made no sense.
In some of the later levels, like they're at a pyramid, they're at this. It's like, oh, I never got too far in that game either. It was just getting hard.
Yeah, that game was fucking ridiculous.
I remember my parents bought me the magnifying glass for it and attached to your Game Boy.
Oh god!
And it just made the screen bigger. It was really stupid.
See,
I remember having that. They bought me the light. It had a light
I remember
attached to
that.
it, so you can play it in the night.
That was for
Yeah,
the
but
Game
what
Boy
about
Color.
the Game Boy Advance? I mean, the original Game Boy Advance, if you even took it outside or something like that, or even at a car ride, you could barely
You couldn't
play it.
play the damn thing.
Well, let's put this...
I remember I had to be. My parents bought me a lamp to put in my room just so I could play that thing. You had to be directly under the lamp to play it.
Right, I remember doing that too.
man.
It's like everyone's in the living room watching TV. You're playing your Game Boy Advance, like leaning over the armchair, playing under the lamp.
Like your arm is on fire, your hands are on fire
But you don't care.
You're 2 inches
like
from the lamp.
Game Boy Advance is fucking heating up to fucking, and you don't care. You're trying to get, let's see, Game Boy Advance.
I'm playing F-Zero. I'm gonna beat this guy in F-Zero, and then but your hands.
Let's see, for me, I played those Dragon Ball Z
yeah.
games and the Pokemon
Oh my
games for
God.
the Advance. Like up to Boo's Fury was great. And
Well, I never
after
played
that,
Boo's
God
Fury.
damn.
I played the original Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku.
Boo's
which,
Fury was
the original
really
one,
good.
I could actually just... It wasn't really that too difficult once you learned the invincibility code, obviously, but I did it...
Yeah, the invincibility code, but you have to find that Namek code too,
Boy. But I played
where you could beat
the Legacy
Frieza.
of Goku, Legacy of Goku 2, and stuff like that. I stopped after Goku 2 because I liked that one. The second one had the player's guide for it. But, well, let's get back a little bit to, like, the Game Boy Advance and stuff, the lighting stuff. I mean, I remember vividly, like, back in my freshman year of high school, one of my friends let me borrow Castlevania Circle of the Moon. And, I had a chance here. I just plugged it inside my Game Boy. He gave me this awesome case, this purple case. I still have to this day. And I'm playing it, and I could barely see the goddamn background of it because the screen is like, it was just literally just terrible because I want to play this game. I'm pretty much playing this game. It seems pretty good, but I can't see the backgrounds because the backgrounds are too damn dark. But
Yeah. I was I remember being so happy with the day that SP came out.
Yeah.
I went and traded in my freaking Game Boy Advance and a bunch of stuff to pick that up with what was it? Link to the Past.
A Link to the Past. Oh man.
Another game
Oh man. And when Nintendo came out with that SP, oh my gosh, I had to have that thing. Because that thing was a godsend because
Dude, yeah, that thing was fucking great.
it was great.
I remember taking that during finals week in high school. Like you'd have 3 hours to do a test, but it only take you an hour. So your teachers didn't care. So I remember I
you
played
were at
through
the time where
bulk
the
of
teachers
Link to
didn't
the
care.
Past.
I got to the point where the teachers did care.
Some teachers
Same
cared,
with
but
me.
most of them didn't. Like, some teachers like make you read a book. Most of mine, like, all right, just finish it, just don't bother anybody. So I'd like, all right, cool. Pull up my Game Boy Advance SP. I plug in my headphones.
See,
and I
the
sit there and
thing
just
that
play Link. I beat most of Link to the Past.
yeah.
The thing that pissed me off about the Game Boy Advance SP is that it had its own proprietary fucking chords.
Yeah, it did have its own
And, which
proprietary
means
chords.
you had to buy a special set of headphones for it.
Yeah.
Which you couldn't wear the headphones and use the link cable at the same time.
That was bullshit, though. I mean, that's the only handheld that I can remember from Nintendo which did not have its separate audio jack. You know? I mean, hell, if you were playing like in the middle of your family gathering or something like that, you didn't want everybody else hearing what you were playing. You wanted just to,
So
have it going.
you were forced to keep the volume down, or at least I was.
Yeah, that was pretty much the case, though, because, hell, if you're playing Pokemon that much, it
I
grinds on your...
never used the link cable.
down.
I had I was lucky enough to get 2 Game Boy Colors from my friend.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, I have red and blue. I'm just going to transfer all the Pokemon from red over to blue.
That's what I did when I got the Game Boy Color. I did it with my Game Boy.
Man, kids are so fucking lucky today.
Yeah, they are.
God, the internet. bastards.
Internet, the Pokemon Bank,
God,
the fucking,
I mean, back when we were
God.
playing Pokemon, we had to have a proprietary link cable.
man, we worked our ass off to get all 150 Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
51.
I remember because I did that.
51 if you
That
use
was
the
one of my biggest
Pokemon
accomplishments
Blue.
back when I had a Game Boy and stuff. Like my Game Boy Color, especially, is like I had the original Pokemon Blue, and I got all 151 Pokemon through trading, through like all the various things from my Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow, everything. I even used a Game Shark, and I got Mew. You know, it's like
See, I used the I didn't use the Game Shark. I used the glitch and blow to get.
Well, you see, I wasn't aware of that because obviously back then, no internet.
The internet wasn't
It wasn't that big. I didn't get internet till 2001, so this is like sort of like say 99, 2000 or something like that.
Say, I was lucky enough to get AOL dial-up.
Yeah, I know, right?
I had that up until junior in high school.
Last year?
Letting everyone know I never failed a fucking grade. I passed all throughout my first time, so I graduated when I was 17.
Wow.
So
That's actually pretty damn good.
Me too.
I graduated when I was 18, but that's because I turned 18 during April. But anyway, yeah, I think one last thing about the Game Boy, like the Game Boy in general and stuff, it's just I could just link a lot of my experiences, a lot of my great beginning experiences of gaming to the console. I mean, the handheld itself. You know, from the various Mario games to like the evolution of Pokemon and stuff, and throughout the years that I've been playing it, and even now today because of the 3DS, the DS, and stuff like that. I mean, hell, what a hell of a system. What a hell of a handheld just to do that stuff. But, anyway, let's go on to some of our other topics here, so we're not,
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just going to read this topic as it is, like inside of one of my voices right here. It's like,
Hey, Knuckles, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Now, this is where I come in right here.
yep.
Now, Knuckles, I know you're really excited about Dragon Age Inquisition, right?
yeah.
You're really, really excited about it, right?
Yeah.
I know you're really excited about the Lord, was it the Shadows of Mordor? I know you're really excited about that one too, aren't you?
Not really. Not now.
You're ruining my joke here, but yes, you are. You were excited at one point in time. You talked about it. You were really excited about it. Hey,
I was
Knuckles.
interested in it.
Hey, Knuckles. You're really excited about the new Alien game coming out, right?
Oh my god.
Not really.
You fucking dick! You ruined my joke.
That's so good!
You used to be so. Yes, you
No,
were.
I'm intrigued. I'm not interested. Last
But you're-
fucking Alien games were terrible.
So,
Well, Knuckles, I got some good news for you. They're all coming out this year.
huh.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a good time this year. But hey, Knuckles,
yeah.
I'm afraid I got some bad news. That's a terrible British
that's
accent.
what you were doing. Okay.
They're all coming out on the exact same day.
Holy shit.
Boom.
Damn.
October 7th.
What?
So
Okay,
there's
so I'm
that.
basically
Yes.
saving $500.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's
So-
clear this up here. Like, what are all the games that are coming out here October 7th? Just like Dragon Age Inquisition.
Shadow of Mordor,
Yeah.
the new
Oh
Dragon Age
my
game.
god, there's fucking 3 RPGs coming, or 2 RPGs coming out on fucking same day.
God, are they that
Yes.
afraid of fucking Call of Duty? I mean, god damn.
Here's what this
Well,
is. What's
RPG
crazy. So there
games
is
have nothing to do with Call of Duty.
I don't know.
Well,
Call of
'cause-
Duty's gone terrible.
Well,
but it still sells like crazy. But
Yeah,
no,
it is, but yeah.
yeah. So that's the point. They're scared. You know, people are gonna spend their money on that. I understand you want to avoid that, but Shadow of Mordor. I would call it Lords of Mordor. But Shadows of Mordor. They announced the release date of October 7th weeks ago, like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And yet, you would think, hey, that's a pretty. It's Lord of the Rings is a pretty big franchise. People are probably going to buy it based off the fact it's Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
We should probably avoid that. Nah, we'll just throw another RPG, Dragon Age.
That's similar to
same
Lord
thing.
of the Rings.
Yeah, that's basically a Lord of the Rings knockoff on the same exact day. And then you got the Alien game out there. It's like,
Which-
there's 2 big games coming out that same day. We should probably maybe bump it up a week or maybe push it back a week.
Probably bring it back
Nah.
in mid summer where no one's really thinking about big games.
Yeah.
Then
Hey, there's nothing
pump
to
that
play.
out.
There's nothing to play in June, July, or August. You know, we got Destiny beginning of September. Nah,
Oh my
we'll just throw it on
god,
the same
Destiny,
freaking day.
Dragon Age, Shadows of Mordor. God
I'm gonna
damn.
have to get a 3rd job.
oh man, that's how I feel about May because of Mario Golf,
Watch Dogs,
Watch Dogs,
and all that.
Mario Kart 8, Kirby Triple Deluxe, all those other
But
games.
At least these are spread out over a 4-week
Yeah.
period. These are 3 big games that
These are all AAA titles that are coming out on the same day.
The exact same day.
The last time I remember this happening was Left 4 Dead 2,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2, and I think it was a Lego Rock Band.
Huh. I forgot about
Counts,
that.
yeah.
That's actually pretty good, actually, thinking about it. Man.
God,
Crazy.
I hate gaming so much.
I hate it sometimes whenever like gaming developers like, okay, let's go ahead and name a specific day. Let's go ahead and throw like a date on the dartboard. It's like, okay, we're gonna do it October 7th. There we go.
Dude, you really had me nervous about that, though. I was like, what? Is he leaving? Is he gonna stop editing? Do I need to find a third
I know,
host?
Hey,
right?
Knuckles, I'm no longer recording the
He's like, I'm
podcast.
afraid I've got some bad news.
It's like,
See, I should have had Jack do it. Much
But,
better.
yeah, it's like, here's my solution to that. Dragon Age Inquisition, week later, if I'm feeling lucky, Shadows of Mordor, and if everyone's saying meh stuff about aliens, I'll pick that up in January.
that sounds
Yeah,
like a good
Dragon
idea.
Age is definitely going to be a day one pickup for me. I think the other two will be based off reviews.
I'm just gonna.
I'm sure this game is going to do what Fast and the Furious did to Fast and Furious 3, is make that better.
Hopefully.
If this game can go back and make Dragon Age 2 better...
Put in Japan? Are we going to be drifting on dragons? I'm so in for that.
Tokyo Dragons. Oh my god. Tokyo Dragons Inquisition. You're just fucking just doing a lot of drifting on fucking
We have the
dragons.
show title.
Oh my
Show
god.
title right there.
Tokyo Dragon Drifting.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Dude, you think it's the year of the dragon? We have Dragon Age, we have Shadows of Mordor, and we have fucking Game of Thrones.
Hobbit coming out this year, too.
The Hobbit,
There's
yeah.
so many dragons. I'm just imagining Paul Walker now just riding a dragon and just going just on the turn, just going too fast or something, just spinning out.
No, it was, what was it? What was that guy's name? Something black.
Oh my god.
That in Tokyo Drift.
I don't know.
Who
Good
knows?
God.
But yeah, the point was the later Fast and the Furious movies made Tokyo Drift a little better.
Tokyo Drift is awesome. It's the best one in the series. Besides 5.
Apparently, the PS4 outsells Xbox One in March despite Titanfall being released. So, what's up with this?
Microsoft released the sales figures, but I think it was like 277,000 Xbox One sold in
Yeah.
March. But PlayStation or Sony hasn't released their exact figures, but I guess it's been confirmed that it's ahead of that, which is I think is shocking as far as
It can't be that shocking because Xbox is in 13 countries. PS4 is all around the world.
But we're talking about like Titanfall was supposed to be the biggest game of the
Right.
year.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's
the
the game
biggest
everybody's-
game. That's the biggest game of the year. But like I said this before we recorded, but I'm gonna say it again for the listeners. Like the reason why Titanfall was big on the Xbox One was because it was the first game that Respawn made, like after the departure from Infinity Ward,
Yeah.
and nothing else. There's nothing else on the Xbox One. No one
Yeah.
cares about Titanfall on the 360 because 360 has every game they want
Right.
to play on there.
No, I look at it a little bit differently. Whereas, I think I'm surprised because Titanfall has been pretty much been hyped up as like because shooting games and mech games are kind of like the two big genres as far as gaming
Right.
goes, and you combine them into one. You got the guys that made Call of Duty 4 that revolutionized first-person shooters and online gaming, and this is like it was all I've heard on other podcasts, online on video game websites is Titanfall.
Yeah.
Well, Titanfall is a good game. I play it. I have it. And the thing about it is, it's a fun parkour mech shooting simulator.
Yeah, and that's
But-
what's come down. But it still surprised me. I thought the hype alone.
It's not a system seller. They even tried for a while where if you bought an Xbox One, you got Titanfall for free.
Yeah, and I'm just shocked by that. I didn't think it was going to be like it would Xbox Ones would like sell 2 million copies in the month or 2 million units in the month of March, but I thought for sure it would at least top PS4. And to me, it's just like at this point, I know we still got E3
Yeah.
coming, But as far as what I've read and heard is Gears of War they're still hiring people on it, so they haven't really officially started working on Gears of War. So we're probably not going to see that for at least till probably next summer.
Is
summer
Epic Games even doing the next Gears of War? Or is it going to be
it's people.
Microsoft Game
It's
Studios?
people that made. The people that made. Oh my! I can't remember the name of it. The company. I can't think of what the name of the company is, but they got a pretty decent track record. But I know they're making the game. But they're still hiring people for it right now. So as far as I could tell by that, what that tells me is they're basically in the beginning.
It's barely in
so
development.
they probably are not going to have anything ready by
if
E3
that, they're just probably
at all.
they're in the.
Yeah,
that reminds me. That reminds me. This guy, who's the new president of Microsoft?
The one that wants to sell Xbox.
No, not the
It's
one.
not Phil Spencer. It's somebody
God damn
else.
it. But there's a huge news. There was a news thing that I think it's the head of Xbox says we're going to be focusing on games at
Okay.
E3. It's like,
Weren't
well,
they last year?
can't really do much
I
else.
know, right?
Yeah,
you can't really do much else. It's like you have to get your core demographic, but let's see.
Well,
Trying to get back your gaming audience. Can't really do that without just advertising games.
But the thing is, though, is like, I mean, what are they going to do in the next, from this point on, the next year? Because, I mean, Don Matrick, I believe, he left Zynga. Matrick, yeah. He left Zynga.
kind of glad he left, though. I mean, that guy just left a bad taste in my mouth, It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, he was the last president. I can't think of the new one. No, it is Phil Spencer.
Oh, man, I just came up with that right off the top of my head. Yeah, it's Phil Spencer.
Yeah, it is. You're right. No, I don't know. I feel like what kind of big thing are they got? I mean, I said from the beginning that the cable thing I think is something that is not going to do anything for it as far as hey, you can plug your cable box into your Xbox One now, so now you can flip quicker. So it saves you 3 seconds to flip between cable and playing video games.
Yeah,
it's like I don't really want that. That's not a system seller to me. Especially when.
Well, you know what? What I kind of think, like in terms of like this upcoming E3 for Microsoft, it's like they have to have some sort of exclusive, like at least some sort of exclusive games, like first-party type of stuff, in order for people to really get interested, like inside their Xbox One again, or something like that, or have some sort of price cut, maybe some sort of bundle without Kinect, if that's even at all possible, if they ever wanted to. I mean, but that's
Probably
just the thing. That's what's killing them right now. They don't have much exclusives past Titanfall that people are interested in. I mean, at the same time, this is I mean, both the PS4 and the Xbox One, they're in their first real year here of being out in the market. So of course, it's like they're gonna have growing pains here and there. I mean, both of them have game shortages because it's the beginning of another generation, And so I love the fact that this upcoming E3 is going to be a lot more probably influential for maybe the next 5 years or so, because we're trying to make sure okay, what's Sony going to do for exclusives? What's Microsoft going to think? I mean, even Sony, they got big questions right now. I mean, in terms of Naughty Dog and stuff with their developers leaving and stuff like that. What's that going to mean for Uncharted? Or for Microsoft even for their exclusive content? Yeah.
You say, real quick. You say, let's see. One of the lead directors of Uncharted left. Well, the lead director for Fable left. God, what was it? What was the name of that
Lionhead
company?
Lionhead
left
Studios.
Lionhead, and then Marty O'Donnell got fired from Bungie.
Yep.
I'm thinking about
Super
it.
team.
If they all came together and everyone that was recently left or quote fired.
So what you're telling me is we're gonna get an awesome shooting game with moral decisions with awesome music.
So basically,
Mass Effect.
I would
basically
love
they're
that.
probably going to go to EA Visceral to probably work with Amy Hennig to make this badass Star Wars game.
I'm okay with that.
Dude,
I
would
would actually
love
like
We're
that.
gonna knock off Mass Effect.
First on the Drunk Destiners podcast,
Yes.
we've we've broken the news.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god, that
I think we should get some royalty
that would
checks
be
for this
really
if they fall
hilarious
through.
if that actually did happen. I guessed it correctly. But anyway, let's go ahead and just wind things down here to conclude this episode and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead just touch briefly on my wrestler of the week. It's not gonna be too big. I'm gonna go with Scotty Too Hottie. I mean, hey,
turn it up,
turn it up. Or Sam, like
I could swear we've already done
we
Scotty
probably
Too
have
Hottie.
maybe. I think we have maybe.
I was
It
like, that was the
sounds
early one.
familiar. You know what? Nah, we're just gonna skip that one, and I'm just gonna go ahead and think randomly now. Do 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 do. Oh, okay. I got nothing.
All right, yeah, he's my favorite wrestler.
But we'll just do Scotty.
Why don't you do the human suplex machine?
Hey, yeah, that's something I haven't done.
Taz.
Well, this wrestler of the week, obviously, I'm going to go with Taz, the human suplex machine. It's actually loosely my Twitter handle. My Twitter handle, like suplex machine. It's pretty much loosely based upon Taz, the old ECW wrestler, like also wrestling in the WWF and stuff. He was known for his variations of certain suplexes, and all the suplexes that he would do was like named after him, or something like the Tazplex or the half and half Tazplex or stuff like that. So basically, this dude, he's like about 5'7". He's really built, right? And here he is, like suplexing people through tables and all this is a various crap. When he went, it's his debut in the WWF. Like when he left ECW to go to the WWF, it was like back at like the Royal Rumble where he was facing Kurt Angle. And oh my God, when he actually hit his signature like submission or something like that, his Tazmission, the Taja Hajime, or something like that. That's what Joey Styles would say. Hey, the Taja Hajime. It's like,
I always got chills when he made that call. Loved it.
And it's so funny. JR and King are just like talking about it. It's like, dude, JR, look what it is. Like, it's like all of a sudden the music cuts, and all of a sudden it's like Taz gets in the ring, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's Taz. It's so funny. There's actually a GIF out there where it's like an Oompa Loompa like going out. It's in the Botchamania videos where there's this one part where the Oompa Loompa comes out of his door and stuff like that. It's Taz's music is playing, like all of a sudden from like Brooklyn, it's like, it's Taz, and all of a sudden you just see the Oompa Loompa pop out, and you have JR. It's like, it's Taz. But inside this debut match that he had, he actually, when he was doing the Taz mission, he actually made Kurt Angle pass out, which you could actually see when Kurt Angle's expression just went blank.
It was his first loss,
wasn't
it?
It was his first loss, and he didn't even tap out. He pretty much, the referee had to stop it because he was passed out. He had lost full consciousness. So anyway, that's the wrestler of the week, Taz, the human suplex machine. Had great rivalries with like Raven, Tommy Dreamer, Kurt Angle, even with Triple H sometimes.
Sabu.
Oh, yeah, Sabu, can't forget about Sabu, and even Tajiri. I mean, God, man. So let's go ahead and Knuckles, the random Twitter follower of the week, if we have one.
I can't find anyone worth mentioning.
Well, let's just.
I'm trying to find this niche Twitter follower, maybe Twitter handle, and maybe I'm just trying to find something. I've been scrolling through looking for some.
Well, you know
guy
what?
Or some,
I'm just gonna I'll just go ahead and just name one off the top of my head. Then it's like, just follow @Mubblegum on Twitter. Well, she is a pretty good person and stuff like that. Mubblegum. She's an avid follower for like the old like BRB, like the old Brown Show thing for a Sarcastic Gamer and stuff like that. She's a nice lady. She loves her games as well. She's a big fan of like of the Star Wars like RPGs, like the KOTOR and like all the other stuff. So if you have a chance, go ahead and just follow Mumblegum at Twitter. So let's go ahead. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just do our Drunk Dash Nerds Facebook page. Just follow us there. Obviously, it's Drunk Dash Nerds there. But for Twitter, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's Drunk_Nerds. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
So without further ado, that's the episode for this week. I have been your host, the Jack of Hearts.
I was Gingerboy.
And I've been riding Dragon's Ball Drag Race. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Excuse me. You too many beers there. Anyways, we're on iTunes now, so go on there, check us out, and if you like us, leave us a review, and we'll even shout you out. And Jack will send you his credit card number.